خالفتم أقوال الشيوخ فأنتم.
Oh, Yusuf, you're not a Muslim? Oh, okay. Sorry, man. I thought you were. The name can be deceiving.
Oh yeah, salam. I
Alaikum
could
salam. What's
tell. I
up?
could tell. So no, yeah, my name's Yusuf. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I have a lot of Muslim friends.
Yeah.
I just I have a couple questions. I don't even know where to start, honestly. So
Sure,
you guys
sure.
believe in the Old Testimony, correct? Or is it the
Generally.
first, the first? Okay, okay. So a lot of arguments I see Muslims make is that there's no mention of the sun in the Old Testament.
No, I don't believe it. That's not
You
an
know?
argument I make.
Okay, okay,
There's no mention
okay,
of your notion of the Son,
which is okay, okay.
an ontological, eternal Son of God. No, there is no such thing.
Okay. No, yeah.
Who has gone
no,
up to
that's
heaven and come down? What is the name? What is the name of his son? Proverbs chapter 33. Is that where you're going to go?
yeah, chapters 30. Yeah,
Chapter 30, sorry. Yeah, the son
correct.
is identified as Israel in Exodus and Hosea. Hosea chapter
Okay.
11, verse 1 says, when Israel was a child, I loved him, and out of Egypt I called my son. Who's the son? Israel. And Israel is called God's firstborn in Exodus. So the son of God is Israel.
So are you familiar with Proverbs 30? Where it's saying, oh yeah, that is what you read. My fault. Sorry,
Yeah,
I apologize.
the son is Israel.
Okay, so my next question, or another thing, is so Muhammad is your guys' greatest prophet, correct?
Yeah.
So like I said, I don't mean to be disrespectful, so stop me at any point if any of this sounds
No worries,
disrespectful.
man. Don't worry about it.
But I'm looking at the Quran chapter. What is this? I'm just seeing where it's saying that who is the most holy woman in the Quran?
There's only one woman mentioned by name in the Quran. It's Mary.
Yeah, Mary, right?
Yeah.
And so that just has me thinking, I'm like, how is Muhammad so I'm okay, yeah, sorry, I don't really know how to structure this. I should have started with this. I'm definitely not as well prepared as you are.
It's okay, bro. It's okay, no worries, brother. You could take your time.
No, yeah, okay. So I'm looking at I don't know what I'm looking at. Is this chapter can I just read it? Would you know it?
Yeah, read it.
The apostle of Allah visited the grave of his mother and he wept. And
this is not in the Quran, Habibi.
Oh, it's it's what's it called?
But it's okay, continuing. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
She's in hell, right? That's what you want to say?
Yeah. That's the point I was kind of trying to get. How are both of his parents in hell if he's the greatest prophet?
Because they're
because
they're disbelievers. Now, just think about this, okay? If anything, this is a proof of his truthfulness. Because if he's making up his own religion and just making it up as he goes, why would he say about his own womb that carried him that she's in the hellfire? Wouldn't it make more sense for him to say, well, yes, my mother, she's in heaven, and have a bias towards her? That would be a sign of his hypocrisy if he was a hypocrite. And that would be a sign of his that he's a liar if he was lying. But the fact that he says that she's in the hellfire just proves that belief and disbelief and finding a favor before God is not dependent on your lineage or who your father is or what kind of status do you have in your family. Rather, it's the same for anyone. No matter if you're the father of a prophet or the mother of a prophet, if you're a disbeliever, you don't get a free pass. This is not the club where you go to the bouncer, you say, I know this guy, and you go in. Sorry to use such an example, but it doesn't work that way. If you're a believer, you find favor before God. If you're a disbeliever, You won't find a favor before God. And this is the case with many other prophets, like Ibrahim, for example. Ibrahim is one of the greatest prophets, but his own father was a polytheist. Noah, his own family was destroyed by God. His own wife was destroyed by God, punished. His own son was destroyed by God. So just because his parents are Mary just happens to be a righteous believer. So she gets her righteous status. Mary is not holy in virtue of Jesus. It's not that she's a bad woman, and because she gave birth to Jesus, that makes her, Jesus makes her good. Mary is good in virtue of her obedience. She's good because of her own obedience, not because of Jesus' obedience. And Jesus is good because of his own obedience. So there's no link here. You understand?
No, yeah, that makes sense. I was genuinely just curious because
like
obviously that's and I was watching earlier. I kept hearing you refer to Jeremiah. What passage was that?
Where it says, how can we say we have the Torah when the lying pens of the scribes have falsified it, corrupted it?
I don't remember. I just remember when people asked you.
Jeremiah, was it 8:8 or 9? 8:8, I think. Jeremiah 8:8. Yeah, Jeremiah 8:8.
Oh yeah. I'm honestly look into that later. But another thing I saw when I was watching was what the 12-year-old girl did not do good at explaining. Was
sorry, what? How old?
she said 18. She said 18.
Let's just clarify that so nobody say anything weird. Yeah, so we asked her about her age, and she said she's 18.
Okay, wait, one more thing, totally off. What is Orthodox Muslim mean?
Just means a traditional Sunni Muslim. So.
Okay, my fault.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but what she I thought she didn't do that well at explaining was that Jesus came to fulfill the law.
Yeah.
And so when it came to that, he fulfilled it. So
what does it mean to fulfill?
Definition? Or to come to a completion almost. Let me look up the carry out as required, pledged,
that's not what it means. Completion. That contradicts his very next statement. Fulfill the law means execute it, meaning obey it. Be a perfect example in obedience of the law.
I was just reading the definition straight off the
so that when he says, I've not come to abolish it, but to fulfill it, I've not come to get rid of it. I've come to be under it and follow it. For truly I tell you, until heavens and earth pass away, not a single iota of the law shall be removed. And whoever teaches you to neglect one of the least of the commandments will be called least by the kingdom of heaven. And whoever teaches you to execute the least of the commandments will be called great in the kingdom of heaven. That's the full passage.
For sure. No, yeah. I honestly, like I said, I did not come well prepared. I just wanted to.
So what do you believe? Are you an Arab Christian?
Yeah, Orthodox.
Orthodox. Are you Syrian?
No, I'm Jordanian.
Nice. So Eastern Orthodox. Okay.
Yeah.
And do you believe Jesus is God?
Yeah.
Why? Why?
I mean, it's pretty simple. I feel like it's kind of hard not to believe in my eyes, obviously, the same way you believe your religion. But the reason I believe that is not only because of what he said in the Gospels, but also the crazy fulfillments of him having 300 prophecies in the Old Testament, like in the Old Testament, that he fulfilled in like his life.
That's just an evangelical talking point. He doesn't even fulfill one.
Which one does he not fulfill?
He doesn't fulfill anything.
If I'm not mistaken, there's
from a first century Jewish perspective, he doesn't fulfill anything. That's why they're rejecting him.
One of two Jordanian Christians. If I'm not mistaken, here, wait, let me look this up real quick. Because if I'm not mistaken, there's, I vividly remember.
By the way, him fulfilling prophecy doesn't make him God. So let's just get that clear.
No, yeah.
So I could even tell you, okay, he fulfilled prophecy, no problem. I don't have an issue believing that. So we'll get to that in a second. But the question I asked you was, why do you believe he's God?
Oh yeah, sorry, I thought I said that. Just because of what he says in the Gospels.
Like?
Let me pull it up, like something specific. I just flipped in my Bible, and honestly, something like this is John chapter 5:31.
Okay.
I'm not worshiping. Yeah, okay. If I were to testify on my own behalf, my testimony would not be valid, but someone else is also testifying about me, and I assure you that everything he says about me is true. And yeah, and then it keeps going. If you want to pull that up, I don't know if you want to.
Where is the claim to divinity?
No, I'm just saying, like, stuff like that for me is validating what he's saying earlier about being the Son of God.
No, I know the Son of God is fine, but where does he claim to be God? Son of God is very different to claiming to be God.
Let me honestly, I would have to like look up a specific verse to do that. I'm not that prepared, which is disappointing.
I mean, like, off of the top of your head, what is a passage where you could say, yeah, there it is, that's where he claims to be God?
Off the top of my head, I don't have one, to be frank with you.
So, man, like, why do you believe in it? Why do you believe in a man God? You're an Arab. You should do better than that, man.
It's more. It's hard to explain because I can't think of something specific. Like,
well, listen. Even let's just do this. The Gospels, Jesus doesn't claim to be God. Okay, that's for sure. But even if every page said, I am God, I am God, I am God from the beginning to the end, that still doesn't make him God. Why? Because a man God is a logical impossibility. It can't exist. There's no such thing. How can a man be God?
Why can't you be God, though? That's the thing. We're humans. We don't understand all that.
I got you. We absolutely do. Stop taking away from your intellect and belittling yourself. Just because you're a human doesn't mean you're stupid and you can't understand anything. Okay, God gave you a brain for a reason. So this mentality we're human, so if something is clearly contradictory, it's just a mystery, we should not think that way. A man can't be God because all which makes something a man and is a necessary condition for manhood is in complete contradiction to all which makes something divine. When you say God...
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
I got you. When you say God, certain descriptions come to mind that are necessarily the case. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
Divine.
Like what?
Eternal.
Yeah. Eternal. Okay, that's one. What else? All-knowing, all-powerful.
Yeah.
Lacking nothing. All the omnis, right?
Yeah.
So these are, when you say God, these conditions are necessarily the case for a thing to be considered God. Yes?
Yeah.
When you say human, there's also conditions that are necessarily the case. How we identify a human to be a human. Can you give me an example?
I understand. I understand. Yeah, like I'm a biology major. I understand all that, but it's like the same way. Like like Mary was born, or Jesus was born of a Virgin Mary. Why can't God send His own? Like, why can't He have a son?
We're
Like,
getting there. We're getting there. But you have to answer. What are the necessary conditions for humanity? For something to be human, what must there be?
That's hard to just like. I don't know. What answer you're looking for specifically.
Body. There must be a body.
Yeah, like a human body. There
must be a rational soul. Yes. Rationality, consciousness.
Right? I mean, but there's many cases of humans that aren't conscious and aren't rational. I get what you're saying.
There's
100%,
no such thing as a human that's not conscious, dude.
I mean, someone in like a coma.
Out of consciousness. Being in a coma just means you're not currently conscious. Doesn't mean you have no conscious. It just means you're not. Just like when you go to sleep, you're not conscious. Doesn't mean you lost your consciousness. It just means that it's not active. Okay? There's no such thing as a human without consciousness. Okay? So, would you say that a human is necessarily lacking in one way or another?
If what? What do you mean? Lacking in one way or another?
In one way or another. Whether it's in knowledge, in power, in mortality, whatever it may be. A human lacks. He's not perfect.
Yeah.
Can there be a human that doesn't lack?
I mean, in this case of Jesus, yes, I believe so, yeah.
That's called special pleading. I'm saying, can there exist a human that doesn't lack?
No.
No, because then it's not a human. We're just describing something else. Something else being described. So then you cannot have something that both lacks and does not lack. A man God. We're no longer describing a human or a God now. If a thing lacks, it can't be God. If it doesn't lack, it can't be human. Both things cannot be true of the same one thing.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying, but correct me if I'm wrong. Do you believe Muhammad lacked anything?
Yeah.
What, like, in what way?
He was a human. He lacked knowledge of the future. He could be overpowered by an external entity, for example. He could be unalived, and so on and so forth. He was just a human. He had a human body. He could be injured. He could be hit. He was forgetful. Okay. He could forget. He lacked. He was a human.
So in the same way that I believe that God is two in nature. He's both God, but he's also human.
When you just say that, that's gibberish to me. When you say something is both God and man, you're saying something is both, a shape is both square and circle. What's the difference?
But also there's stuff that we don't understand. That's the thing. We don't understand.
Everything about this we understand. We understand what human nature is, what divine nature is. There's nothing about this equation we don't understand. So what's the difference between something being both human and God and a shape being both square and circle? What's the difference? Why can't a shape have two natures? A circular nature and a square nature.
Yeah. What I think when you say that is, like obviously on my TikTok, I see a lot of clips. Have you ever seen like those like big squares that you can fit many shapes into?
That's not a singular shape. That's both a square and a circle.
I no, but the singular shape is the big square, and then there's many small shapes in it.
So that's multiple shapes within one another. I'm asking one shape with two natures.
Yeah.
A circle nature and a square nature. Can that exist?
No.
Why?
With our like earthly reasoning, that can't exist.
Why?
Because it's either one or not.
Why?
that's just how the world is.
No, but why? Why can't a shape be both circular and square?
Because it can only be one.
Why? Why does it have to be only one of them? Why can't it be both?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what
I'll tell you. Because the very definition of circularity is to have no sides.
Angles.
Sides,
yeah.
Corners, yes? That's what defines a circle. Without that, it's not a circle. The definition of a square is that it has 4 equal sides. If it doesn't have that, it's no longer a square, it's something else. Both cannot be predicated onto the same shape, because both negate one another. One has sides, one necessitates no sides. Doesn't work. A humanity and divinity cannot be predicated upon the same one person. If you say Jesus is 2 persons, one human, one God, no problem. Now you exited the contradiction. But you're not an historian. You don't say that. You say Jesus is 1 person. And this 1 person is both truly man and truly God. To be true man is to lack knowledge, wisdom, power. To be true God is to not lack knowledge, wisdom, power. The one thing cannot both lack knowledge and not lack it. Lack power and not lack it. Now it's just gibberish. That's why a man God is impossible. It's as impossible as a square circle. You can't have a man God. It's impossible, man. So why on earth would you even believe in a man God? It's clear. It's clear poison from external ideas.
Sorry,
not trying to be rude.
No, I just saw a comment. That's my fault.
Yeah.
I don't drink matcha.
Don't worry about that. But do you get the point, man?
No, I get the point. And I appreciate the respectful conversation.
So you don't have any pushback to that?
No, because I'm, like I said, I'm not really well versed. That's the thing. I'm not built to debate. I'm not gonna lie.
Brother, it's not about debating, man. It's about, listen. You have to take this stuff seriously. There's gonna come a day where you're gonna be buried 6 feet under, and the second that your soul exits from your body, is khalas, it's done. There's no more coming back. And there's a lot at stake. There's a lot on the line. You don't want to put that risk on yourself. Just shaking, bopping your head into the world and not take it seriously, not investigate it yourself. Because then you are putting eternity on the line. And eternity is a very long time, man. It's not a joke. So you have to take this stuff seriously. If you are wrong, you have everything to lose. Everything to lose. You can't afford to be wrong.
100%. That's why I'm doing my due diligence. I've been raised Christian my whole life, but kind of steered away from religion as a whole until recently, getting back into it.
Happens to all of us in the West, man. It's a very common thing. But listen, you're Arab. You're not a white American guy. You're a lot closer to us. You live with us. You share our culture. It's very easy for you to assimilate. It's just a matter of doctrinal difference. It's a matter of investigation. I really hope that you do your due diligence, because there's nothing more important in life.
No, 100%. I agree. 100%.
That's it, man. That's it. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer. Other than that, I'll let you go, man.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, for real.
Have a good one, Yusuf. Enjoy your night, brother. Come back anytime.
You as well.
Assalamu alaikum. Have a good one.
Good night.
Make dua for our brother in humanity, man.